Okay, students, we'll start again the Deepak elements. We are dealing with the general properties. So next property is oxidation state, which is very important topic in this chapter. Oxidation state. Okay, these elements they show variable oxidation state. The reason for this is that you have ns as well as n minus 1 d orbitals. These two orbitals are available and the electrons are there in both ns and n minus 1 and both can participate. Okay, for example, if you take chromium, its configuration is argon, then 3d5 and 4s1. So what you see that almost 3d is almost equal to in energy with 4s. So electrons from 4s can also go and from 3d can also go in the bond formation. Okay, so we have different oxidation various variable oxidation state. So here you see that the oxidation states may be 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on, means there is difference of only one oxidation number, that is unit you can say. Okay, whereas in the p block elements you have seen that there may be difference between plus s plus 3 plus 5, in this way it was there, but here all they are only with difference plus 1 difference. Okay, then what you see in this, that the lower oxidation state is due to the lower oxidation state is due to the what number of electrons in the in ns orbital. Okay, and then if the electrons go from the ns as well as n minus 1d, then the element will show the higher oxidation state, isn't it? Now some heavy metals like molybdenum, then tungsten, they are very heavy metals and they have higher oxidation state than chromium also. Now let us see the oxidation states of the series 3D series. 3D series. So the elements in the 3D series are scandium. Scandium show only one oxidation state, that is plus 3. So the example is SCX3. Then titanium, it shows plus 2. Plus 2 means TiX2 you can say. Then plus 3 TiX3 and plus 4 TiX3. So there are 4. So plus 2 plus 3 and plus 4 oxidation state titanium shows. Okay, then vanadium can show various oxidation state, plus 5, that is VF5, plus 4 VF4, then plus 4 VBr4, then VX3, that is plus 3, VCl4, that is plus 2. So that is plus 2 to plus 5 vanadium shows. Then come to chromium. Chromium can show 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. So from plus 2 to plus 6. So you can see this is the only element which has maximum oxidation state. Then iron only 3, that is plus 2 FeBr2 then FeCl3 plus 3, that is 2 oxidation state, plus 2 and plus 3. Then come to cobalt. Cobalt again COX2 and COX3, that is plus 2 and plus 3. Then nickel. Nickel only one, that is NiX2. Then come to copper. Copper plus 2 and plus 4, that is CuCl2. CuCl2, CuF2, CuBr. Then come to last is zinc. Only one, that is ZnX2. So these are the oxidation states of these elements. Okay. Now some important halides. This is very important that except iodine, all copper halides are known. Why? Except iodide. Means you don't find CuX2S, CuI2 you don't find. So the reason is that Cu2 plus 4i, it gives Cu2I2 plus I2. Okay, now this copper 2 plus oxidizes to I2, that is plus 2 is converted to plus 1, it to us, isn't it? So copper us compound is unstable in aqueous solution. Copper, that is, this is Cu plus is unstable. Why? Because it undergoes disproportionate reaction, disproportionate to Cu2 plus copper plus and copper Cu0, that is cuprous to cupric it forms. It never remains as cuprous, it always goes to cupric as it is unstable. See, because it undergoes disproportionation, this copper 1 compound is unstable and you don't get this type of compounds. Okay, CuI2 is not found. I hope you have understood. Cu1 is what is unstable in aqueous solution and undergo disproportionation. This is very important. This disproportionation reaction is often asked. Very important. Okay. So then next is one more property is left, that is reduction potential. Reduction potential is left. Reduction. So by this we will finish the properties, general properties of the transitional elements. Okay. So this reduction potential, it can be negative or positive. You know the reduction potential, the negative, the most negative potential is having, that is lithium, and most positive, least that is, sorry, lithium has the negative potential, and this one second, potential and most positive, least positive potential. Lithium has negative potential least and most positive potential lithium has. So these elements can have plus as well as or minus potential, reduction potential. So all the third series metals have negative reduction potential except copper in this series, that is in the 3D series. All the elements, they have negative reduction potential except what? Copper. That is SCTIV, CR, Mn, Ni, and CuZn. So this is the only exception. It has positive reduction potential, you have already studied, plus 0.34 volts it has. Okay. This you have to remember. Now next, some of the metals like copper, mercury, then Ag, Au, Pd, and platinum, they do not evolve hydrogen from acid. Why? Because they are non-metals, noble metals, they are inert, as well as they do not participate in the reaction. That's why they are all noble metals. That's why. Okay. Next, why these elements, they like copper, then mercury, gold, platinum, and palladium, they did not dissolve in acid. That is, copper plus HCl, there is no reaction. H plus, the reduction potential of H plus is 0. Copper has positive reduction potential. So as compared to hydrogen, what you see that, hydrogen is 0 and this is positive. Copper is having positive. So here reduction potential value is greater for hydrogen as compared to copper. So they cannot liberate hydrogen in acid solution, hence it cannot form any soluble salt. Means reduction potential, as it is positive and it is in this way, it will not reduce hydrogen to hydrogen gas. That is the reason. So what you see, that reduction potential value is greater than the value for hydrogen. Therefore they cannot liberate hydrogen from acid solution and cannot form any soluble salt. That is the reason. I hope you have understood this. So this finishes the all the general characteristics features of the D block elements. Now let us move to the compound. We have to study two compounds. One is KMnO4 and the other is K2Cr2O7. Two compounds are there in the D block elements. So let us study the KMnO4. It is very important. Both KMnO4 as well as K2Cr2O7, both are very, very important. Okay. So note it down. KMnO4. What is the oxidation number of Mn here? 7. 7. So 7 electrons is used. It is colored, we have studied, it is colored MnO4 minus. It is colored purple color, and this color appears due to the ligand metal transfer, charge transfer from ligand to metal. That we will study later on in the coordination compounds. This is a very strong oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent. Means what does this mean? That it is having plus 7, so it will reduce itself, or self reduction it will take place and oxidize the other. So it will self reduce and oxidize the other element. That is the meaning of oxidizing agent. So this KMnO4, it has plus 7 oxidation state, so therefore it will reduce itself because it is the maximum oxidation state, it cannot go further. So it will come to the lower oxidation state whenever the reaction will take place. That's why it will self reduce and oxidize the other element with which it is reacting. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now, what is the structure of the KMnO4? It has 3 double bond O bonds, then one oxygen atom like this. So this will be attached to the potassium, and the angle is 109 degree 28, that is, it has tetrahedral structure. Okay, so angle of OMNO is how much? 109 degree 28 minutes. Due to the resonance, all the MNO bond have the same length. It can undergo resonance. It can have 4 resonating structure, and due to these 4 resonating structure, this structure is very stable and have same bond length. Okay. In the titration, you can use it as a self indicator. This titration you will do in class 12th. You have titration between KMnO4 and ferrous ammonium sulfate, that is more salt. So here when you do the titration, you are not adding any indicator there, because this KMnO4, it acts as the self indicator. Then, and reactions of KMnO4, that is the preparation and properties, we will see in the next class. So that's all.